Broccoli. High key. Keep the horn on the Akamaki.
Damn, son, where'd you find that?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Yo, John
Aak
Jones.
Samson speaks.
Aak Samson speaks. What them sounds got to do with shit?
Nigga, listen. Goddamn beats had be 12 minutes long. Go ahead.
Yo, John Jones versus Stipe in referendum. So I put out the video about how the match could be interesting. I started the video out with John Jones is going to win. I ended the video with John Jones is going to win. Yet people were still coming on my channel. This aged like milk. Shut up, nigga. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Alright? We knew he was going to lose. I was saying what the matchup would look like if Stipe was still Stipe. Stipe ain't been Stipe in years. That's why a nigga was going. Okay.
I was one of those people who thought Stipe had a good chance of winning. I knew I was immediately wrong when that nigga John came out and the first thing he did was hip toss that nigga like Ross security, my nigga. He spun him around on his back on the ground, my nigga.
You was dead wrong then because you knew you should have known you was wrong when you seen the look on that nigga's face like, why am I here?
Stipe always looks like why am I here?
But he at least okay, when he fought Francis the first time, this nigga was jumping up in the air, he was biting on his gloves, he was moving shit. This nigga Stipe was standing stark still. You know what he looked like? He looked like Mike Tyson. That's what he looked like. He looked like Mike Tyson standing there. I saw the same thing in Mike Tyson's eye when he was walking down to the ring.
I see fear in your eyes.
It was sad. But I didn't feel that bad for Stipe because you had a whole year to pull out of this shit. You still did it anyway. I mean, I guess you wanted the payday, but my nigga, you had to know you was getting your ass whooped. You was there. Stipe. When you were sparring and practicing for this shit, you had to know you ain't having.
You really feel like he didn't think he had a chance?
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely. They said, if you win, are you going to stay? I'm retiring. That's what he said. I'm not fighting anybody else. He knew he was done. And John Jones knew he was done. That's why he wanted to fight him. In 2017, they said, John Jones, why don't you go up to heavyweight? He said, Stipe is too fast and too quick and too big. I'm not doing it. John Jones knows what he's doing. Listen, this is what I want to talk about. That fight, first and foremost, it was intriguing because we got to see where John Jones is in 2024. And I had a feeling he was washed from his last fight with 205. However, I now see that I was correct. His wrestling has degraded. He hip tossed Stipe, but that's not wrestling per se. He didn't shoot and take him down.
He just tripped that nigga, threw him on the floor.
It's a difference. It worked against Stipe because Stipe is a frail old man now. And he held Stipe down, but Stipe wasn't even really trying to get up like that. And honestly, when I think about it, heavyweight is just a trash-ass division at this point in time and throughout history. If you ain't in the top 5, you probably trash. So nobody will probably be able to get up from under John Jones because they just don't have the skill to. At 205, 4 years ago, John Jones couldn't take niggas down. His entries into the takedown had degraded. His ability to move fast had degraded. He was slow. He was catching all the punches to the face. And guess what? Stipe's old slow ass was still catching this nigga. If he still had the pop and the speed of when he was younger, he might have knocked Jones out or at least buzzed him. I don't know because John Jones, he been hit 1,000 times. I've never seen that nigga even look weird about the hit. I seen him get hit and not move, not even blink. That nigga's chin is incredible. Like, people don't talk about it, but his chin is incredible. Gustafsson whooped his ass. Whooped off on his ass that first fight. And he didn't even look rocked. He looked beat, like his eyeball was bleeding, his nose was bleeding, his face was puffy. His head, right back. Right back. This nigga's got a chin out this world. I don't know if he could take a flush hit from Francis Ngannou. I don't know if he could take a flush hit from what's the heavyweight white boy from England?
Aspinall.
Aspinall, yeah. I don't know if he can take his flush shot from Aspinall. I don't know if he can take a flush shot from Stipe in 2017. However, Stipe wasn't busting a grape. And it was interesting just to see what John Jones looks like. He slowed down. Maybe he didn't practice enough for Stipe, but it just looked like he backing up in straight lines. He didn't have a lot of lateral movement. He was still getting punched by Stipe. They were trading punches and John Jones hit him with some heavy shit, but they were standing still. Like, there was no footwork. They were just standing right in front of each other. His kicks looked incredible. His kicks were always good. It looks like he's only sharpened that shit up. So his kicks still look really good.
You just remind me of what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Niggas who, like, you can't be in MMA and just box, my nigga. Mm-mm. I'm sick of that shit. Like, I really am sick of seeing niggas who are good boxers then get in there with somebody who can kick and box, and they're clearly losing because they're not kicking. Yeah. Which is, Stipe is a prime example of that shit.
Stipe threw a few kicks. Them shits look like my daughter when she was first learning how to kick at 4 years old, man. He was and then John Jones, wham! Like, you can hear his kicks through the arena.
Yes, that shit looked like it hurt a lot.
That nigga John Jones was throwing a single strike at a time, but each one of them shits hurt. And I think it was Daniel Cormier was talking about their first fight, and he was like, yo, his punches weren't really doing much, but he said every time he kicked me, that shit was pain.
Also, while we're on the subject, something got thrown in our chat of whether you would rather take a full body hit from, whether you would take a spinning back kick from John Jones, or would you take a full force hit from Ray Lewis?
Now, all things considered, that John Jones spinning back kick is a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, it is.
Like, when he landed it the first time, that shit, I was like, ugh. Like, you could see the sheer pain in Stipe's face, and you could hear the sound. That shit sounded like a shotgun blast. Yeah. Then when he hit him the second time, that was over. It was on my way home. Yeah, man. Stipe was on the ground screaming. But when Ray Lewis hits you, don't hear anything. You know why? Because you're dead, my nigga. You died. You literally went on to be with God, my nigga, because Ray Lewis has killed you. Yeah, that slant route and getting hit by Ray Lewis is a motherfucking dog. Like, yeah, nah. Yeah. Fuck no, nigga. And that's how you get brain damage. I feel like my ribs will recover in a few months. My brain might see damage that I don't even know. You're not going to recognize your kids by the time you're 45. Yeah, I think I'll go with the back kick from John Jones. You'll recover. Body shots you can recover from, unless you're fucking Harry Houdini, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Who famously died from a body punch and shit. So, yeah. Anyways, John Jones kicking the shit out of that. He is one of the best of all time. This fight does nothing for his legacy. I don't care. The UFC has turned into a propaganda company. They're like, all fight promotions make things bigger than it's supposed to be, but like, it's to the point where the UFC is controlling what the reporters write. Like, Dana White says it, and the fans and the reports just come out and restate what he says. This fight does nothing for John Jones pound for pound. This fight, that's why he's still number 2, and this nigga Dana was fuming over that shit. This fight did nothing but show us that John Jones possibly could lose to Aspinall, but I would still have him as the favorite. Yeah. He's still so goddamn smart in that ring, and he's still so that his weapons are still his weapons. In fact, his weapons seem to have gotten sharper. What would they do against a nigga who can move and is as spry as Aspinall? I don't know. That's why we need to see the fight. But I believe John Jones doesn't believe in his heart he could beat Stipe. And he doesn't want to suffer the pain of losing unless you give him $30 million. Wait, you mean Aspinall? He doesn't believe in his heart that he could beat Aspinall. What did I say? You said Stipe. Oh. Yeah. Well, you meant Aspinall. 2017, John didn't believe he could beat Stipe. 2024, I don't think he believes he could beat Aspinall, or he believes it'll be so close. It's such a hard fight that he'd really have to practice and train. And I think I don't think he's scared of losing, more so than for example, I used to battle rap, right? And I was pretty fucking good. And it just came naturally. I haven't done it in 10 years. So to me, to have to take a battle is such a daunting task, because now I have to tap back into whatever it was. And not only am I out of practice, and you don't get better at something by not doing it, I also have to have the anxiety of what happens if none of the shit I'm coming up with works. I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. That's John Jones and Aspinall. If this was 2014 John Jones or 2012 John Jones, he'd have fought Aspinall like this. You want to know why? Because he had the vigor, the youth. He believed that no one could beat him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had all his athletic prime. He had all his fucking testosterone. Now the nigga been on fucking steroids. The nigga's older. His testosterone is this way, my nigga. The nigga has to take pills to get his dick hard. Like,
yeah.
And that's been happening. You think he ain't gonna take them pills to try to get up for for Aspinall? Pause. Yeah. He going to get to the point where he feels confident in the must training. He gonna need them steroids. He gonna need them because he ain't gonna really feel that confident, and he don't want to go through that. He don't want to go through the mental anguish of thinking about losing. So, yeah, I don't know. But here's the thing: I still think he's the favorite, just based on what I saw. It's simply because Tom Aspinall has never really been pushed like that. He's gotten everybody the fuck out of there like this. And who's the one nigga who's uniquely suited to drag your ass into them deep waters? John motherfucking Jones, eh? John motherfucking Jones. So I feel like not only is he the favorite, but he definitely go down as the greatest of all time. He would definitely go down the greatest of all time in UFC. I think Fedor would still have a claim to greatest heavyweight of all time, but John Jones will go down as the greatest of all time in UFC without a shadow of a doubt. In fact, even if he retires now, he still has that claim probably. And then, like the greatest fighter of all time, that still feels like it should belong to Fedor or Silva, maybe. But I couldn't really make a strong argument against John Jones. All right?
Silva has the most title defenses, right?
I think I was wrong. I thought Silva did. I think Mighty Mouse got him.
I was about to say, man, like, because...
Or either tied him. I think I was wrong. I was pretty strong. I was pretty confident that he lost right before he got there, but I think he might have lost after he got there.
I do have the power of Google in the power of the palm of my hands.
I have the power. But John Jones is like, as far as just the ability to be good, the nigga is kind of amazing, my nigga. And the fact that most of the time he seems like he doesn't really try that hard. And when he does try that hard, he makes the shit look so easy. Daniel Cormier is probably the second best heavyweight and is probably the second best lightweight. And John Jones made it look easy. The first time, it was a back and forth affair, but John Jones comfortably won every round or most of the rounds. And then in the second fight, knocked him the fuck out. When he fought Alex Gustafsson the second time, whooped his ass.
Yeah.
Whooped his ass. And like, to me, those are the few times where you could tell he really took it seriously.
Yeah.
And he really had something to prove. And you could just see how really good that nigga is. He makes niggas, like Daniel Cormier is top 5 in both divisions that he fought in. Probably number 2 in both divisions in the UFC. I can't name anybody that was fucking with Daniel Cormier in his prime. The only reason he went to 205 is because Cain Velasquez is his best friend and he trained with him and was at heavyweight. If Daniel Cormier fought at heavyweight during those years that Cain Velasquez was fighting, he probably would have been champion till now.
Yeah.
Honestly, that nigga was fucking people up. Because he was so much faster than him. He was so much more athletic. And them niggas don't got skills like that. He had way more skills than him. Just like John Jones. Yeah. So, yeah. So who got the most title?
John Jones. So title wins. John Jones has 13.
His shits don't count.
George St. Pierre has 13. Demetrius Johnson has 12. And Anderson Silva has 11.
Okay. So that's title wins. But how many consecutively?
How many? So defenses?
Yeah.
Anderson Silva has 10. DJ has 11.
Okay.
St. Pierre has 9. Jones has 8. And then 7 goes to Aldo. And then for whatever reason they have Conor McGregor out here at 0.
Shout at him. Now does that include UFC? Does that include WEC?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they fucking around, my nigga Aldo. We'll get into that. But yeah, John Jones, undeniably one of the GOATs. Probably the GOAT of the UFC, and he's arguably the GOAT of all MMA of all time. Shout outs to that nigga. Stop being lame and fight Tom Aspinall. Stop being lame and doing the Trump dance, my nigga. You already corny, that corny ass dance. And then come to find out, this nigga follows Kamala on Twitter. He don't follow Trump. So the nigga just did that just for the clout, because Trump was there and shit. Nigga's just a fucking evil nigga. Nigga's just evil, dog. Nigga's just evil.
He's a sociopath, Mike.
Yep. But that nigga could fight though. I remember he told me when I stopped liking John Jones, that nigga said, yeah, when I was in high school, I don't smoke weed. I don't believe in that. I used to snitch on the kids who smoke weed. I said, nigga, you sound like a herd. I don't smoke, my nigga. But just the fact that you would snitch on the kids in the bathroom smoking, sound corny as hell. And then fast forward 2 years later, nigga.
This nigga's doing the
coke,
cocaine, nigga.
Weed, dick pills, everything he could think of, nigga.
Crushing up the dick pills and snorting them like cocaine.
Yep. Nigga's trash. But that nigga can fight, though. I do not like him as a person, but that nigga can fight. So, it is what it is. John Jones, shout outs to the fighter. Every time you step in that cage, it's a lot to marvel at. You make a fight fan want to watch, my nigga. Shout outs to you, my nigga. Cut that dumbass beard off, though, nigga. That shit's trash. That shit's awful, my nigga. Hang around more black people, dog.
Grizzly Adams ass beard. Not happening, nigga. He died. I want to say he delved deeper. He's hanging out with Gordon Ryan now, my nigga. All is lost, my nigga.
Another evil ass nigga. Psychopath knowing another psychopath.
Yeah. Them niggas sit at home and have psychopath parties.
How many babies do you think you could choke out in a 2-minute span? I think I could choke out 152 babies.
It just depends how big of the baby is. Can I put one baby in each arm?